And hello to everyone joining us here in Silverstone this weekend as the drivers make their final preparations for today's race. The grid is forming up and we're getting ready for what promises to be a real spectacle. The 3.6 miles of Silverstone circuit in Great Britain should be familiar to fans and drivers alike. Built on the side of a World War II airbase, the track features 18 corners and some good opportunities to overtake at the end of 2 DRS zones, located on the Wellington and Hangar Straights. Joining me today in the commentary box is 2012 GP2 champion Davide Valsecchi. We all know the circuit so well, Davide. What's got your attention today?
Always a pleasure, Alex. Everyone looks forward to Silverstone, and with such an intriguing grid, I think the fans will be excited for the start of today's race. We know these young drivers are hungry to prove themselves. Hopefully, we'll be seeing some more history being made today.
Okay, this is our engine supply's home Grand Prix, so let's give them a race worth watching.
So for today's race, I think we're going to be going for, well, you know. The pit stops. Well, no, it's 11 laps. We're just going to continue on the same tire. I'm starting P10. And as we round these final bends to make our way to the grid slots,
Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out.
okay.
Keep an eye on the lights, the start.
And we all get away nice and dandy.
You guys gotta trust me. I'm taking you to battle, yeah?
Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
Well, that may not have been the finest race in history, but there's no question that was a critical win.
Strong race.
Tell me,
Super
Davide,
strong
what was
race.
the key to this success?
What a race, Alex. Every so often we get a spectacle like we did today. Less focus on strategy and time management, and more on just pushing it to the limits and battling it out for those top positions. I think what we experienced today is evidence of why Formula 2
Those tires are
is
shredded.
into crowds. And expect today's race will definitely be turning a few more heads to the series.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be MP Motorsport picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance. After this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table.
And we can take a look at the driver's table later, but now we're just going to head straight on into the highlights of the race. We go to 5 red lights and the lights are out. So us, Nick DeVries, is starting for P10, and we get along pretty well with the rest of the grid. There's a whole bunch of dirt being kicked up from the start. We decided to try to go down to the inside of the turn, and we make up 2 places, but we do run a little wide. We're fighting with Robert Schwartzman for P8, and then we're now going to tuck in underneath Oscar Piastri for P7. And then if we move on ahead to lap 2 when we're still in P7 and chasing after Jahan Deruvala. Down into whatever turn this is, we make a little bit of contact with Jahan, but we get that import into P6, which is worth a whole 2 points. And we head down to the Hamilton straight into La something something. Past the pit entry, we get up into P5. Martin Sato locks up, so we go ahead and make that dive down on the inside of him. And you can just see all of that dirt and debris that we have picked up on our car from our racing as hard as we were. And we're just wearing our FIA Formula 1 helmet. And now we're just going to be making the chase onto Christian Lundgaard. We're heading down the Wellington straight in with the DRS into the braking zone. We try and make the move on him. He sits on the outside line, we kind of cross the inside line, and then we make a little bit of an upsies, and we want to glide, and we go on to lap 5. We've passed Enzo Fittipaldi, and we're now approaching onto Sir Mr. Daniel Ticktum. We passed the hairpin section right behind him, and we're following down the hangar straighter into the Wellington Straight. That's the Wellington Straight and down into the braking zone. We take the pass on him, but he's able to make the move back onto us, and not much has happened the rest for the lap. And then we approach lap 11. And we finish the race, and there's all the boys on the wall for us. 4 more than the sprint. I'll be quiet and hand it over to Alex.
It's race time here at Silverstone. As the cars are being prepared, let's join them trackside for the start of the race. Five miles out from Tosa, this icon of British motorsport heritage comprises 18 corners over 3.6 miles of circuit. Silverstone has been through several changes over its lifetime, with the start line now leading into Abbey, a fast right-hander for turn 1. But still there, of course, is the circuit's most famous and iconic sequence of corners, starting at Maggots, turn 10. Well then, after an exciting session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. De Vries lines up on pole position, and it's Liam Lawson alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sato, Schwartzman, Oscar Piastri, and Deruvala. Pourchaire, Lundgaard, Ticktum, Enzo Fittipaldi, Nissani, Beckman, Marcus Armstrong, and Aitken. Phipps, Joe, Drugovic, and Guilherme Samaya. Boschon, Zendelli, Fiscal, and Alessio Deleda rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
And down to the track in.
Joining me today in the commentary box is
hold on.
2012 GP2
Let's give
champion
it back to
Davide
Alex.
Valsecchi. We all know the circuit so well, Davide. What's got your attention today?
Always a pleasure, Alex. Everyone looks forward to Silverstone, and with such an intriguing grid, I think the fans will be excited for the start of today's race. We know these young drivers are hungry to prove themselves. Hopefully, we'll be seeing some more history being made today.
And now I can take it over.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
And now I can take it over from Alex Davide Valsecchi and then also Mark. We're going to be doing the 2-stop because the 3-stop is just impractical. Total 15 laps in this race, and let's go and start the formation lap. As we make our way into the starting box, we do the last little bits of tire warm up.
Okay,
We're just
incredible
gonna park
parking there,
straight
nice one. That's
right
going to give
through
you
the
the
rest of
edge.
the
You can
grid.
get good launch as the race starts. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
Okay, and let's get ready with clutch in. Left, right, tire warm up, okay. Slam throttle. And it's lights out, and away we go. So, we are now on to lap 7. I told you that you're going to see me at the podium celebration. That was a lie. There's something called pit stops. We got a couple other drivers coming up behind, and for the pit stops, Schwartzman and Lawson. And then we get ready for our
Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that.
everyone will have to make a stop at some point or another. I decided to take mine a little earlier.
Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race on this compound.
They're going to be colder, but everyone in front of me is yet to pit, so look at that. Tires are already up to temp.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
And you're gonna ride on board with me for the final lap of the race. So we just came out of turn 1 and 2, 3. I don't know where numbering we are right now. I'm just worried about driving. Make the turn. We go through this fast turn. We'll rev the curb down on the Wellington straight. We picked up a little bit of debris. Gained some damage, but now we head on to the Hamilton straight, which is the old pit lane, which is Old Pit Road. Through cops at 220 kilometers per hour. And we enter Maggots. And Beckett's. We set the fastest through that section. Approach the end. Past pit road.
You guys gotta trust me. I'm taking you to battle, yeah?
I'm taking you to battle.
Oh, mate, great job. Great job. You've done everything we wanted today. That is brilliant.
Pole position. Sprint win and feature race win.
So after a day of mixed fortunes up and down the field, we bring today's race to a close. And I have to wonder, Davide Valsecchi, just what set them apart from the competition here.
It was down to one thing: consistent pace over everyone else out there on the track. We could spend a great deal of of time talking about race and tire strategy, what is so cool on the track, but at the end of the day, the difference
that
here
car
was
is
down to
dirty.
simply being faster on track than everyone else. Amazing.
We were putting it all in out there. And let's take it on up to
And
the
look
podium
at that, they're making their
celebration.
way out onto the podium now. Great race from the MP Motorsport team, and I'm very happy to see them up there on the top step of the podium.
Pole position. Sprint race win the fastest lap. Feature race win with the fastest lap. And then just douse our team. Super strong race. Super strong race. So the one confusing thing to me is that we'll wear a blue suit, yet we're black and orange. I don't care
And
about
now,
XP
let's take a
gained.
look at the driver's standings. De Vries takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. And now,
Where's
Davide
standings?
Valsecchi, let me
There it
ask
is.
you, who is your driver of the day?
Let's give it to Felipe Drugovic. That was a quality drive from start to finish. He can be proud of that one.
On to the teams then. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from ART this time out, and they improved their position in the championship. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Yep, and we now have 48 points. So round 1 we got 15. Qualifying we gained 4 points. Round 1, 15. Round 3, 25. And the fastest lap for 4. Let's go ahead, take a look at the highlights. Go 3, 4, 5. 5 red lights, and we are underway. Lots of dust picked up from all the drivers. And right now we're going to be challenged into Abbey by Liam Lawson, but we're able to fight down that pressure and continue on. Our car already is looking dirty, even into turn 1. Liam Lawson's trying to make an approach back on to us, but we still have that lead. Robert Schwartzman's currently in the battle with Liam Lawson, as we are able just to continue to pull away. Down the old Wellington straight, and when we just move on to lap 15. Guess nothing was important. Guess nothing that race was important. So, now we move on to Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi. And that's going to be the finish for this episode. I want to say huge thank you to all you guys for watching, and I will see you in Abu Dhabi.